Welcome back to the Wednesday live stream. It's the Patient Hodler coming at you with, in fact, another live stream. And in this one, we are going to talk about Veve drops. As of a couple of minutes ago, Veve has released info about the next big drop. We are also going to talk about the recent developments in the world market and world economics because it's relevant for the Ecomi price. We have been frequently updating about this on this channel, and we are going to talk everything that is going on in the Ecomi Veve community. And yeah, welcome to the stream. If you are already in here, I see a couple of people are already in here. So if you are, or if you are watching this video after, then please make sure to smash up the like button a little bit, to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And well, also if you want to get notified about every video, then tap the bell to always get notified. Welcome everyone who is already joining. We have a lot of good stuff today. And yes, also special thanks to my rare hodlers, my Patreons, for always supporting me here. Now, let's get right into it because we have just received new news about what is going to come. And that is this one. As you can see here, we are going to get another Star Wars drop. And in this one, we have the Star Wars Underworlders collection debut NFT featuring the bounty hunter Boba Fett. And as you can see here, the likes and retweets are piling up. I mean, we knew already that we are probably going to have this little drop here, because David Yu has in fact teased about this drop in his community updates, where he always puts stuff behind him. So we knew that this will come. There will be only three rarities for this drop in the blind box format this Saturday, 30th of July at 8 a.m. PT. And yeah, let me know in the chat, in the comments, if you are going to go for it or not. I know this stream is a little bit earlier than before, but I hope more people are going to find their way into the stream here. But yeah, that's basically it. Let us see the reactions. We are so spoiled as early adopters that we are growing numb to the fact that Veve keeps dropping back to back to significant first appearances almost every single month. And I would even say not only every single month, but every, like, more than one time per month. So we have Star Wars here. Obviously, Star Wars is under Disney umbrella. That means, as we've said before in many videos, Disney is in fact committed to having these videos out here. And actually, I don't know what's going on, guys. Maybe you can tell me if I'm lagging or so, if there's anything wrong here, because I see there are very few people only in here, not a single comment yet, which is unusual. So please let me know if everything is fluent, if everything works out in the chat, and also welcome if you've just tuned in. But this is the drop. I will most likely go for it. I bet we'll have uncommon, rare, and ultra rare here for this drop. And also tomorrow we will have this drop here, which is the first appearance of Gambit. This is one of the regular drops right now. And yeah, if we are looking into the article here quickly, and then we are going to move on with the good stuff. Welcome to the stream, Escape Your Cubicle. I like that name very much because it reflects a lot what people are doing here on this journey. Escape Your Cubicle. I think many of us, especially here around Ecomi and Veve, are hoping for the chance to quickly escape the cubicle by investing in Ecomi token and the Veve Collectibles. Obviously not financial advice, by the way. I didn't say it in the beginning, so I will do it right now. You know the drill. Everything that we say here on this channel is obviously not financial advice, so please do your own research before you ape in the Veve Collectibles or the Ecomi token. Boba Fett, wow, yes, indeed. Boba Fett is, in my opinion, a very, very massive drop here, also because obviously of the series that are coming up. And yeah, guys, let me know if you are going for this drop or not. I think it's a very big one. And probably if we are seeing a secret rare, I hope it's animated like the Darth Vader is. Otherwise, it would be a little bit frustrating. Maybe he shoots. In the beginning, actually, I don't know if you can feel that as well. In the beginning, I was a little bit worried that Veve will do some workarounds so that there are no weapons or so on their collectibles, but in fact they didn't do this. We have seen miniguns, we have seen the gun on the poster, and also now we see some weapons here that are coming for the Veve. Yep, got my OMI back to hodl. Yeah, I completely agree, and we are going to go into, for everyone that wants to scoop up more OMI or wants to know what is potentially going to happen with OMI and wants a little bit another angle than the usual price predictions, that then stick around. We are going to talk about Ecomi utility program. We are going to talk about the Ecomi price. We are going to talk about economy and so on. Yeah, as I said, we are going to have this one here. So looking quickly into this comic that is coming, only the covers, because I think the rest is just for the edition size is 20,000 again, a little bit more scarce than the ones before. We all that were here in the space since more than a year, or since around a year, like I am. So I'm not one of those who were in when Todd was sitting on the shelf still, but I came in with the first comic ever on Veve. And I think we all remember the times when Veve dropped 60,000 edition comics, and then they came down to 30,000 to get a little bit more scarcity. Now they had to come down to 20,000. So once engagement, momentum, and economical outlook and also users on the app ramp up, these comics are going to be relatively scarce, like the 10,000 ones as well. So yeah, I think the rare and the ultra rare, they look pretty good. The secret rare is the best, in my opinion, the best looking, but I think the ultra rare and the rare, they are Veve exclusive ones, so that could be interesting as well. Escape Your Cubicle says, price prediction for SR Boba Fett, $500 plus, I think. Yeah, I think so too. In the beginning, probably even more, if there is a secret rare, because we have only 3 rarities. So if we don't see a secret rare, if we see a secret rare, which other rarities will we not see? Do we see then a common, an ultra rare, and a secret rare? Or how will it be like Eye of Agamotto, uncommon, rare, and secret rare? This is the only one that I can remember right now that has only 3 pieces. But yeah, let me know what you think. So yeah, then I have to quickly say, I had my first ever meetup with some of you guys here. I met Craig here and his wife in Munich. So if you are around in the next month or so, just let me know, and we can meet. Maybe. Depends on the time, obviously. And quickly, if you see this, Craig, behind me, there it is. I got an OMI Circle Eye from Turkey that they brought from their traveling, and I put it up here. Apparently, it's a token that shall keep bad things away. So maybe it helps and lets all the bad things outside. But anyways, that is what I want to share here with you. So let's take a quick look at, as I've made it a practice on my Ecomi videos, on my Veve videos, let's take a quick look at what is going on in the world so that we can put everything that we are seeing right now with Ecomi and Veve into context, because believe it or not, it is playing a role, in fact. So the IMF warns that global recession could soon be at hand. So as you can see here, the International Monetary Fund downgraded, and this is obviously not crypto's friend, they downgraded its growth forecast and projected higher inflation around the world. And we have seen that in the past. The countries that we know of so far, they have been wrecked by inflation. Germany, the whole European Union, also the US, although the recession numbers right now, we are still waiting for them. So usually the definition for a recession is 2 consecutive quarters with a negative GDP for the US. So usually very quick and rough look on these GDP numbers tell us whether we are in a recession or not. So here we say global recession, and global recession is something that is not necessarily expected.
We're not going to be in a recession.
Yeah, well, thank you, Joe. So he says we are not going to be in a recession. The White House has actually published that the common definition of people that are acting on the Wall Street or acting in the crypto space, that that this is not enough, that this is not the correct definition, and totally has nothing to do with upcoming midterm elections, and totally has nothing to do with that it's very bad to be in a recession right now, if they would say so. So yeah, I still believe the chances are pretty high that even though it will not be an official statement until the midterm elections, that even though most economists will agree that the US is in fact in a recession.
We're not going to be in a recession.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll wait for the numbers. But even if the US is not in a recession, a great part is in a recession worldwide, or is going to be in a recession. And today I want to also give you a quick look onto the numbers from Germany, because Germany, as you all know, my home country, is one of the biggest export nations and also critical for many company parts in the world, for car exports, for chemicals, for steel, for whatever. Like, there are a lot of products that Germany is exporting, and it is in fact important for the rest of the world's industry. So I think it might be a good look if we are just looking quickly what the financial news say about Germany. German recession looms as business confidence slumps to 2-year low. So for all of you who do not know this is the Brandenburg Gate in Germany, in Berlin. So German business confidence has fallen to its lowest, and this is called the IFO index. This IFO index measures around a lot of companies, so it's a giant of a study, how the climate of investing and how businesses see the future outlook is right now for companies across Germany. And basically, the current situation and the outlook for the next 6 months, according to the IFO Institute, is gloomy. So is not good looking. The think tank's index has fallen to 88.6, down from 92.2 in June. So that is, for this specific index, a lot. Germany has been hard hit by soaring prices, the Russian gas crisis. So there are basically only 2 pipelines of gas going to Germany from Russia, and because of the sanctions, Germany in the beginning said that Russia cannot deliver gas anymore and oil anymore, and right now Russia is basically saying they will not deliver gas and oil anymore to Germany, never, even in the winter not. So basically spinning the game around from sanctions to threatening the European Union to be lacking gas and oil in winter. And many, not only heating, but also industry relies heavily on lower prices of that and economical, there will be deficiencies, let's say, regarding this. So gross domestic products figures for the second quarter are out on Friday and are expected to show German growth of only 0.1%. According to economists polled by Reuters, the economy grew 0.2% in the first quarter after shrinking 0.3% in the final 3 months of 2021. So also Germany will face recession. Scary winter coming for EU, yes, and also a very expensive one as it looks for now. And this is not the only reason, obviously. I mean, Ukraine has been the breadbasket for Europe, and I mean, Europe will not starve because of that, but they will buy their stuff from other countries at higher prices. But somewhere around the world, this will be missing. So other countries will be in trouble, not the European Union maybe, but other countries around the world will be lacking these goods. So yeah, basically that's the outlook that we have. Actually, there's one article out from Bloomberg. Also, German hopes of avoiding recession are shrinking by the day. This one is from today in the morning, or probably as it's Bloomberg from yesterday in the evening in the US, which is basically the morning here. IMF predicts slowest G7 growth as inflation and energy weigh. Banks say downturn has begun and will last into 2023. And that is also in confluence with what we have seen so far as a prediction, basically, for the crypto market and for the stock market, that there will be no significant recovery and that we will stay in downturn. So yeah, let's look here quickly. Basically, the study is saying that Germany's economy is predicted to underperform its peers. And basically, we have the GDP forecast 2022 and then compared to 2023. So we see that almost all countries except Japan are forecasted to have a lacking GDP. And a good decade has ended for Germany. From here on, we'll be struggling quite a bit for quite some time, said Dekabank's Scheuerle, who predicts a winter recession. So my question is, my assessment here is, we see that in almost every country in the Western world right now, that they are more or less preparing for announcing a recession, despite...
We're not going to be in a recession.
Yeah, well, despite the US, I just have to, because it's so funny. Depending on the definition of the recession, obviously, but I mean, if you pull all the factors that we have right now together, then we will be able to determine that most probably all the Western countries are facing recession right now, because the factors are not only the war, the factors are oil, gas, food shortage, fertilizer shortage from the war, the cracked supply chains from the last 2 years. You all know what happened. Then also one country with a red flag continuing to go absolutely nuts about the health situation, and obviously the extensive money printing. And it is unbelievable, guys. It's unbelievable, in my opinion, how it is possible for all these news outlets basically to ignore this fact. When they say how the recession and the inflation numbers come together, basically it's a war, it's a health situation, the cracked supply chains, but no one talks about the central banks having completely overextended with their money printing, which has been from many economical sides basically the tone since 2 years, and they were all called crash prophets and liars and so on. Now we are here. No one remembers that this was the situation. Hey, Genuine, what's going on? Good afternoon, my friend. Favorite OMI channel currently. Good afternoon, my friend. It's amazing to have you back here in the audience. I think I started the channel a little bit too early. Usually the numbers are a little bit higher, but that is no problem. We have a very exclusive round here. Please do me a favor. We have 10 people in here. Smash up the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and get this stream out for the algo. And yet we are going to go into the topic of Ecomi in a second. If you want to stick around, we are going to see some things about OMI and Veve. I know there's not too much going on, but we have seen the Star Wars drop announcement already, and we are going to look at some other very interesting things. Crypto bull run, not until next year. I completely agree, and we are going to look at some figures there as well that support actually your claim. Yeah, basically, this is what I was saying. Biden insists there's no recession as he confronts latest economical risks. Officials have tried to ditch a shorthand definition for what constitutes a recession and reassure skeptical voters about US economy. So this basically, you know what's going on when prior to the midterm elections, the White House comes out and says we're not in a recession. So with we, I mean the US, because you are getting it all wrong with the definition that was always clear, like 2 consecutive quarters. Yes, the labor market is yet not been affected by layoffs, but if you look at each and every recession that we had so far, it's always indicators show recession. The recession gets confirmed, then executives act upon the confirmation of the recession. So the layoffs usually start when the countries confirm recession. So now the US is obviously trying to drag that out because layoffs are not very good in elections. Nicholas Raby says, imagine if Facebook Meta took on Veve's showroom as a home in Oculus Quest. Well, that would obviously make Veve explode, but I think it's highly unlikely to have that, but would be very cool to see it around this. We are going to talk also about some Veve figures because we have seen that San Diego Comic-Con actually didn't have as much as an impact. However, just to finish this up here with the recession in the US, until November, they will try to drag out the narrative of we're not in a recession until the midterm elections are over, so that it doesn't impact the results, because I think the current administration is a little bit under pressure there. Without talking too much politics here, because this is not the objective, let's move on. That's something we already had. Sorry for that. So with the comic, I want to highly recommend this channel of Jason Colon here. With this comic out, we will have another 18 million OMI burns from the reserve wallet, most probably by the comic. We do not know the figures yet for Saturday, but I bet the Star Wars drop that we have seen in the beginning of this stream that was just announced, the Boba Fett, will probably also burn a ton of OMI, especially if we were to go lower because of the turmoil. And let me say this, there are some earning numbers still coming out tomorrow and Friday that could be important. I think, I'm not sure if Apple was today or if it's tomorrow. I haven't looked at it yet, but depending on how those come out, I think Alphabet was not very good. Snapchat was devastating. So there were some numbers that were not very good. Some credit card institutions were obviously showing higher numbers. But yeah, that's basically it. Genuine says, sold some collectibles to cash out to buy OMI token. Now I can't cash out in crypto. Well, yeah, this is another thing. If we are looking at the chart, that was potentially a very bad moment a couple of days ago when almost everyone in the space that does YouTube videos somehow jumped on the bandwagon to recommend cash out and put it into OMI. I don't know. I didn't cash out a single bit. I hold all my collectibles long term. Yeah, and we'll see how I go with this strategy, because I personally believe that we are going to see the crypto market go lower than this, but I could be obviously wrong. I don't have a crystal ball. So do your own research and decisions here. I'm seeing some rumors about the Infinity Stones. Have you heard? Yes, actually, yeah, let's go with this. So Randy has made some live streams from San Diego Comic-Con. And in this live stream, he was basically asking if we have the Eye of Agamotto, which was super undervalued a while ago, now it pumped because of this. Then with the Tesseract, could it be that we are all getting these stones, these Infinity Stones, so that they might airdrop the Infinity Gauntlet for the people that have all the stones in the correct rarity? Now, we do not know what's the correct rarity, but considering that the Tesseract is a rare, I think, and it's only one rarity, it could be enough to have the rare of the Eye of Agamotto. And I think the rare plus the secret rare is exactly the number as the Tesseract, if I'm not mistaken. But look at it for yourselves. And actually, the Tesseract is quite, I think it's going below retail right now. I will wait until this Star Wars announcement plays out a little bit more in the market, and then I will make some moves. I will also speculate on this and get an Eye of Agamotto and a Tesseract, and we'll see. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, you need 5 or 6 stones to get to have all for the Infinity Gauntlet. I think there's one on every knob here of the finger of the Infinity Gauntlet. If you don't know what it is, pretty cool looking fist that I think there are 3 Infinity Gauntlets in total existence. I've seen someone speculating about this. If you have the different rarities of the Eye of Agamotto, if you would get different Infinity Gauntlets, one is the one of Iron Man, one is one of Thanos, and the third one is a hidden one that I don't remember what it was. And I wish I would remember who actually said that in a video so that I can recommend the video. Energy, do you have everything ready for the Infinity Gauntlet? And do you remember which one was the third Infinity Gauntlet? Yeah, absolutely awesome. If this was the case, if this was to happen, that would be crazy, because I bet there will not be too many people that are holding all of these stones. And actually, so much before that, this will enable huge whale games, because let's say whales only have to squeeze one of these collectibles. So some whale only has to get, let's say, 4,000 Tesseracts, and then this will limit already the airdrop then to half of the supply, because not everyone will be able to finish that set. Well, that's at least what I would do if I would have an infinite amount of money. I would reduce the chances for people to get a cheap Infinity Gauntlet in that way, without trying to be mean, but that's just what you could do as a whale. We are speculating here. I'm not going to do that. And also, I'm not going to I do not own right now any of these, so I cannot have a pump and dump. I know this was a very big topic in the last days in the Vevefam, but I do not own a Tesseract, and I do not own any of the Eye and of Agamotto. So if anything, I would pump right now to 13 people that are right now in this live stream these 2 drops, so that I have to buy them more expensive. So nothing in for me here. Well, there is another thing that is, in my opinion, worth looking at, and this comes from the channel Bravo's Assassin. I'm not even following. I just clicked that on, but now I'm following. So follow this man. And it is saying 28 days later, MTL and San Diego Comic-Con, Veve is minus 400 wallets with more than one collectible. Largest delta was 1,173 wallets in the 10 to 49 collectibles range. So let's get this bigger here, and let's actually look at what we have. So we have actually, and this is very interesting, because with the whales, the whale wallets that are more than 5,000 collectibles actually increased within the last month, while also this giant, I would say this is whale wallets, these are the giant wallets, they also increased by 4. So that was good to see, because that means that some people just went into the whale numbers. We see that all the wallets that hold substantial amounts of collectibles have actually accumulated. So which means that wallets from here have moved probably up the ranks. This is the only possibility if they didn't go from 0 to over 250 or so, because otherwise you couldn't have them all in the plus, right? But what we see here is that the wallets from between 10 and 99 collectibles have decreased. So I would argue that the 50 to 99 ones have actually decreased because they all moved up the ranks, and that the ones from 10 to 49 have decreased so heavily because they either sold off their collectibles to cash out, or they sold their collectibles to get one last gem sale out as bots. So overall, even though this is a net minus 400, this is a very bullish table in my opinion. Let me know what you think, because I believe those people getting out, being flushed out from the 10 to 49 ones, this is very good for the market. And also we having more whale wallets that are sitting on collectibles is also good for the market. Let me just see in which bracket I am. I have 250 comics that are part of this. I have 251 comics and 89 collectibles, 90 collectibles for the sake of math. So I'm in this bracket. I'm in the 340 right now, but I pretend to be soon in this upper bracket of 500 to 1,000 collectibles. So let me know in which bracket you are. And obviously also very good, the 2 to 9 one, to see them in a positive. Obviously this could be people that sold off and dropped to this wallet, but this could be also new users. We have seen we are getting new users every month. We have seen that on Kelly, aka Vevefam's channel. So this could either be new users, or this could be people that had more than 10 before and sold some off. Now, meaning also that actually everyone who has more than 50 collectibles is already in the top 5%, which means that long term, if you're just accumulating, not financial advice, you will be one of the 1%ers most probably in total collectible numbers. Obviously this does not mean that these are high quality collectibles that those people have. I mean, we have here some 8,600 collectors in that specific bracket of 100 to 150, and it only takes you 250 gems right now. More no, not 250. So to get to the 500, more or less, would be 250. To get some 250 gems to get some 100 comics. There are comics between 2 and 250 gems. So if you would stack them all, you would move up to this bracket. Obviously, this could be a strategy because low gem comics could double faster than a secret rare, but also this is pure speculation. Anyways, I thought this is a valuable insight, so make sure you follow Bravos Assassin. I think he is putting out there some very valuable stuff to work with. And also, I mean, at this point of time, even with quality collectibles, it is still easy, not easy to get in the top 1%, but it's easy to get in the top 5% of the app. And actually, guys, this shows how early we are on this and how raging this Veve NFT bear market is right now. So yes, I know many people have taken profits to get it over to Ecomi, but we see also that there are people that are in fact accumulating. So most probably, even you couldn't even say, yeah, one of the whales is a Dr. Profit, because if you consider that he has 350 partner statues and I don't know what else, he could be also only in this bracket. So we don't know what the quality is because we are lacking the metadata. Moving on, we had some hilarious memes here going on because of that. Basically that pump and dump stuff with the Banksy speculation. So if it's only hearsay. I didn't see it, but I heard someone put out speculation that the poster of the San Diego Comic-Con could be in fact designed by Banksy, because there was no artist given. And this was then debunked by Alex, that said that it was the most stupid speculation that he ever saw. But it resulted in some funny memes, like this one here. Everyone who doesn't know Banksy, if you Google it, you will find a similar picture, only that it's not DC Batman here, of a Banksy art. So that was pretty funny in my opinion. And then we also had this one here, where someone basically showed how it would look like. Everyone who doesn't know this reference, there was an auction of a physical auction of a Banksy art piece, and while it was being auctioned to a guy that won it got basically half destroyed in an internal shredder in the frame. Sorry, not flame, but frame. So that was pretty funny. Actually, if this were to happen, it would be absolutely crazy. One day, I cannot. I don't think it will be so soon, but I can see that we would have something like Banksy on the app. I mean, it has been teasered frequently by David Yu, so why not? We have seen that almost everything that is being teasered by David Yu is coming to the app. Just saying, there was a Pokemon card, but you guys know that. If you are subscribed to this channel, you already know that. So next one here from my Collectibles, actually also not following him yet, so here we go. I am subscribed to him on YouTube though. According to a Mutascan, Veve now has over 640,000 unique owners, with an increase of 27,000 since May 13. Can you feel it? Yeah, actually, I have to say, I think more indicative is the Bravos Assassin one that we have looked at, for how many real collecting users we have. But obviously, yeah, it's good to see. I think many of these will be bot wallets with a collectible left inside of them, or multiple accounts that are going to be merged. We have heard that we will be able to merge accounts. And so, yeah, I think it's great to see this line going up, even in a bear market. But I think we will have to live with the fact that we are going to be in a bear market on the Veve app for quite some time, because every time we are reaching higher levels, there will be people taking profit to then move their cash out stuff into the OMI token. And every time the Ecomi token dips lower, we will see some effects. But I believe that this buying pressure on the Ecomi token that is coming from Veve is going to run out more sooner than later. There is, though, a mechanism that will bring back power to the Ecomi price. we are going to talk about this in a second here. Let me see. Genuine says, any knowledge with Veve app available for the Asian market yet? Actually, I think the Veve app is available in Asia, although probably not in China, because China is getting their legislation together right now to allow NFT apps if they are not using cryptocurrencies as a method of payment. So Veve is in a very, very favorable spot there, because Veve actually does not use the cryptocurrency as a payment. And even if it will use the cryptocurrency as a payment, they can just disable it for the Asian market, so, or for the China market. So that could mean that in China you will only see collectible listings that are listed in gems and not in OMI, which is obviously not good for OMI. But this is something that we could see. Yeah, mind blown. Actually, this is not new news. This is something that we talked about in October, only that we are in a bear market right now and no one cares anymore about the bullish fundamentals. But this was already breaking news in October, that China was bringing some basically some differentiating laws out to be able to benefit at least some of the companies with regards to NFTs, as long as they are not using Ethereum or whatever other cryptocurrency, because China wants to implement the digital yuan. They want total control over everything that is happening. And as long as you need the, is it yuan? Is it called yuan? I think so. As long as you need that currency, that fiat currency, digital or not, to purchase those NFTs, it's all fine. The moment that you are using something decentralized or something else or something US controlled, then it's not fine for China. So, and this is not China bashing or whatever. This is just, it is how it is. So we have to deal with it. And I think Veve is in a unique spot to really win this market. Other than that, maybe Genuine is talking about the localization. And no, if I'm not mistaken, the app is only usable in English, as far as I know. There's still no tab to change the language everywhere. But and also, this is something, when you're thinking of metadata, there must be something that you can see the metadata also in other languages. I mean, if there's written first appearance and you are, let's say, a Korean guy that doesn't know English, which can happen. I mean, there are people in every country that don't know English. Then you want to switch to your own language. Also, Latin America, for example, there are many people that don't know enough English to understand all the words. We are in an exclusive circle of people that had that level of education, that are constantly watching videos in English and content on Twitter in English. And yeah, so not everyone you can. I pulled that many months ago. I made a video about this, how actually the distribution of English native and non-native speakers is, and I think it's only 1.7 billion of the world also, and the rest doesn't even know English. So that's actually a lot. And if you're really thinking about it, these numbers make sense, because if you are going to Indian villages or so, if you go to Pakistan, if you go to my grandmother's village here in Germany, they don't know English, right? My grandmother has a tablet, and for sure I'm going to show her Veve, but she will not understand what's written on the buttons. Even by now, she will not understand. So anyways, this is also interesting. If you were subscribed to this channel, you would know by now that we have said this many days ago to prepare you for what is coming on the 31st, potentially. All collectibles listed from accounts that will not KYC before deadline will be delisted. Now, this is something that apparently Alex confirmed this by now. So at the time that I made this video, it was not confirmed. It was just a speculation, but it is happening. This means that potentially the scarcity on the Veve market will increase. This also means that with this Boba Fett potential sell-off could be a sell-off before a spike because of a supply shock. First of all, you always have to keep in mind we are 20 people here in this channel right now. So like if you're here. But anyways, we are exclusively with our knowledge about this. There are many users on the Veve app that are not constantly watching streams, that are not constantly surfing around Twitter, and they don't know what's happening. They buy on drop days, on non-drop days, and just open some of these collectibles where sell-offs are happening right now that are undercutting each other. You will see a lot of accounts without profile pic. And by now, every legit user has a profile pic, except maybe 1% of the legit users who just don't want to put anything up there. But even botters have profile pics since a couple of months because they were not so easy to spot anymore at a glance. But I mean, you can still see it. So there might be, especially in the comics with the high editions, entire sell walls just disappearing. There are people, and don't forget that, there are people that cannot KYC because they are too young, because they failed to KYC and the support is not helping them. I know of a German YouTuber, Captain Veve, that he cannot KYC. He had some whatever bug. Whatever he has listed will disappear from the market on the 31st. So it's not only bots. It will be children's accounts. It will be keep that in mind. Children's accounts, all secondary accounts, primary accounts that failed to do KYC and need help from the support but can't get the help by the 31st. All their collectibles that are listed will disappear. So prepare for a short-term spike in the prices. Well, Genuine says, I think Veve paused crypto payouts to control collectibles prices to not drop any further. I could see that. I can see that. Although I doubt it, because there will be a natural floor to all the collectibles because of Master Collector Program. So we have seen comics listing at 1.x. This is why they reduced the they increased the scarcity for comics. They are not dropping anything right now, I thought, but then we had the Boba Fett being announced right now. I thought so. This obviously will cause more sell-off. I think what's happening is that there is something wrong with the provider, or they're figuring out technical stuff. But I just don't believe that that they halted withdrawals to keep to prevent the drain, because you have to know the drain doesn't stop just because it's temporarily halted. I mean, if you were planning on cashing out, you would sell already because you know that everyone will sell, and then the prices might drop lower. So we have seen a little price increase on many collectibles over the last days because they didn't announce a big drop. But right now, everyone will try to get their gems ready to participate in the drop. I think there is a problem with the payment provider, or maybe they also halted it because they saw that there are many people having problems with the KYC, and they don't want to have some people cashing out and the others can't take part. I don't know. Against that theory stands that they have let numerous people already cash out while KYC wasn't even available for other people. So this is something I cannot see it, but it is not totally unlikely that you are right. It could be that you are right. Or maybe we have seen also a note. I don't know if you saw this, guys, but we already had seen that there was a gem fraud. So this is actually the most likely scenario of all, because there was a gem fraud and probably someone found a loophole where they could generate gems with credit card fraud, and then they try to cash out. So they generate gems, cash out, generate gems, cash out. Maybe even laundered these gems through buying and listing collectibles. So probably they had to hold the cash out to keep that money trapped inside the Veve app. That is the most likely explanation for why it's halted right now. Everything above 1 million gems needs to be suspicious right now. We have seen a spike over these over 1 million gems. It was not because of San Diego Comic-Con. And these fraud guys, they are really smart, because they wait until something like Comic-Con is happening, and then they do it so that it, for everyone who is observing this closely, it looks natural. But actually, the numbers of new users did not increase. In fact, they stayed flat. So while San Diego Comic-Con was a success in getting visibility for Veve, we do not see the result yet in the new user numbers. And the reason for this is obvious. If you do not have yet tried out NFTs, but you learn about Veve on San Diego Comic-Con, you would not pull out your phone, install the Veve app, then enter the Veve app and say, oh, let's just upload $500 into that Veve app. Because you remember your first day on the Veve app? We were thinking that $5 or $7 or $10 could be too much for MC1 comic, the first ever Marvel comic. I have one, maybe I can show it later. I have one comic that of the MC1 that I bought for 5 gems. And I remember there were even some for 470, for something, for days on the app. So people that come new to the app have other price expectations. For them, they are not brain fried like we are, where you look at this and say, Superman at 900, that is cheap. So if you, tell someone that is wandering around Comic-Con and looks at this, you would say partner statue, $6,000. Well, that is cheap. Others buy a car for this. So we got into this NFT mill, and we adjusted our price expectation based on what we have seen where it can go. But if you are new to this app, you only see, oh, there are comics for 2 gems. There are some, okay, so let's upload $10 and buy 5 comics, right? So that's how they get in. We see the downloads have spiked, but the gem influx did not, and the new wallets also not. So maybe a lot of people downloaded the app, have not yet made a move on a single collectible, have not yet uploaded gems, are probably going to watch a video on this in the next weeks, and then they might realize what's happening. Or maybe it takes 2 to 3 other Comic-Cons until people see, okay, something's really going on there with the stuff. We have seen the 3rd or 4th bull run. We have seen one real massive bull run on the Veve app. We have not seen 2 or 3. Now, think back to crypto. After the first massive bull run in Bitcoin, when Bitcoin went from what, like a couple of dollars to $500, it wasn't like that the whole world was, oh, we need to buy Bitcoin. Did you see that bull run? No, in fact, they had more resentments than before against Bitcoin, and most didn't even know about it, just because it has fallen from 500. So if you see that a TOD has fallen from 7,000 to 1.7 thousand, you might be observing. You might stick around with the $5 comics, or you might do the overkill investment of buying a Veve exclusive ultra rare cover for 15 gems. So yeah, that's my take on the whole shebang. And I think that's why we are so early, because people don't understand it yet. We need 2 to 3 more bull runs on the app caused by whatever, different mechanics, MCP, OUP rollout, whatever. we still have to get the crypto millionaires and ETH whales into OMI. And then when almost every season 1 collectible, every Veve exclusive comic, every secret rare just already made millionaires out of many of these people that we saw before, like the 10,000 users that have many collectibles, then we will have people coming into the app. It's like Bitcoin. If Bitcoin breaks 100,000, you'll see the real mass adoption going on, because people don't want the risky stuff. They want to see what went well time and time again. So in my opinion, well, I will DCA into Veve Collectibles because I think that's good investment. I will not buy the space cabbage, but I will buy some of the better ones. I will buy some golden moments, stuff like that. If I can, I had to do some pretty severe investment right now in real life compared to my financials. But whenever I have something ready, it's OMI, it's Veve Collectibles, it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and stuff like that. Vitimon, my veteran on the channel, watching you from the beach, my man. I was on Twitter earlier and I saw a discussion about Silver Surfer. Apparently, if you zoom in on his mouth, you can see teeth, tongue, and palate. Perhaps an indication of gamification. Yes, actually, Vitimon, I didn't see that discussion, but there were other collectibles that also have teeth. So it could indicate gamification. It could indicate at least that they will have maybe voice and mouth movement for something. It could a hint to at least why would you put this into a collectible where you don't see it from the outside? That's the first question. Maybe there's just a head model that already has this and they just copy paste it and then remodel it. But I cannot imagine that. So there must be something to it. Maybe someone of you knows this already. So and this is something, I mean, everyone knows OMI utility program will come. It has staking tiers and so on. But let's actually I can close this one. But let's actually get into why I think that Veve Collectibles and OMI, that they will rise with the whole tide. So in the sense of that there is a loop between OMI and Veve Collectibles, and that the giant catalyst to this will be the OMI utility program. So let's get into this. Actually, I have prepared this for you. If you have any questions to the burn, I have also prepared you my burn slides. So let's jump right into this one. So as you can see, it looks a little bit complicated, but this is what we know right now from the burns. I have outlined this in part 2 of my video series. Actually, I need to get part 3 done, which is the concerns of the project. But the problem is I wanted to put out concerns like, will there ever be cash out KYC? Obviously, I knew it, but I wanted to bring that up. Then it came out. I had to cut it. So yeah, there will be part 3 of that video series. But yeah, just for you to see this here right now, we have burns that are already happening from Fishes and Cannon Crisis on the top and bottom. We will have burns, or at least removal from circulating supply, also from Epico Regal, if this game will ever find some adoption. And so that's basically what this all says. You see Cannon Crisis burns directly to a specific burn wallet. The address to that specific burn wallet you see on the bottom right. So if you want, screenshot this or whatever and check this wallet address so you can see what Cannon Crisis actually burned. Then this is obviously the Veve. It's not actually, we are actually close to 200 billion. I didn't actualize the numbers here on this one, but we are at 200 billion reserve wallet. So the most important part is this one. I've prepared this one with the Dr. Profit photo just because I found it funny that he will be my example today. and we will see if we get to a bullish sentiment here. Genuine wants to know, do you have a collectible on the app which is undervalued? I think I think most of them, most of the premium ones are undervalued right now. So I would say the golden moments. So for example, Lumiere and Cogsworth are going under drop price right now. I've seen them today for 58 gems. Steamboat Willie common for 80 gems or so. Obviously not financial advice, so don't blame me if it is afterwards nothing worth or stuff like that. But this is where I make a move on. All the Veve exclusive ultra rare covers that are ranging below 20 gems, and I want to buy them all. So again, I will not sell them off. I will not pump and dump anything here. I'm just telling you my strategy, and then we will see if you leave something for me. So that's basically it. By the way, Vitimon, have fun on the beach and let me know on which beach you are. I will be also on a beach in 1 week, actually. I will go to Croatia. So let me know if there are any Croatians here in the chat. This will be my first time ever in Croatia. So let's go on with this one. So the OMI utility program, and maybe for this it is relevant to quickly go into the OMI utility program just so we are all on the same page. So I'm not going to read all the text, but we need to look at what the OMI utility program will bring with it. So if you stake your OMI, you will be eligible to staking tiers. You know that. So the staking tiers they take time, right? So keep that in mind. The staking tiers are bound to dollar values. So that means, so let's say OMI is back to 0.001, which we all want to see because then we can accumulate more. And I believe we are going there again. So that means that you need to have at least 1 million OMI at this price point to be able to stake. Obviously, as the price rises, you need to stake less OMI to fulfill this tier. If you do that, you need to wait 30 days until your bonuses get activated, or you need to fast track the staking tier, meaning you get to complete it directly and the instant access to these benefits. But you will burn $250 of this OMI value, meaning that and this probably you will have to have this OMI sitting in your wallet, because you need to be able to stake. You need to get this OMI over to your wallet, and because you bought this OMI on an exchange and moved it to this Veve wallet to be able to stake it in a staking tier, everything that is happening with this OMI is coming from the circulating supply. So keep that in mind while we are talking about it. Let's get back to the staking tiers here. So the first tier will give you an OMI Homie 3D and a profile badge. So probably this is a badge collectible and a badge that you can display in your profile. So keep that in mind. That is important for flexing, because if you're not staking, this will be visible in the app if you're not staking. And if you're staking, it will be visible to the ones that maybe even don't know OMI. So more people asking on Twitter, hey, how do you get this badge? Oh yeah, it's if you buy OMI on an exchange and send it to the wallet, you say. So this gets more people into OMI and into crypto. Okay, you will be able to purchase accessories with OMI. So this is the first thing where almost everyone will be able to have this if they buy right now in the bear market. So this staking tier will be almost everyone that has to do anything with OMI, because during this bear market, a lot of people will become millionaires, right? Or are already millionaires. So you will be able to purchase accessories with OMI. So, and this also confirms that accessories will come to the app. So our showrooms will get more engagement, and when the showrooms have more things to play with, they are going to be used more from the Vaultaholics, and that means also that they need more collectibles, obviously, to play around. Then premium market listings with OMI, and this is interesting because this is something you want to have before others have it, because then you can get an edge over the others in listing your collectibles. Wait, Hello K said something that distracted me here. We are going to get 2 additional tiers of OUP. The top tier should be $50,000 worth of OMI. Yes, I think that is also already a couple of months old. From an AMA on the site, it was mentioned there will be more tiers. But for my example here, I think it will be enough with the 3 tiers because we don't know which benefits we have. But we'll get back to our Dr. Profit example in a second. I just want to keep very clear why I think that this is so important. So you want to get here fast because then you have an advantage. If you can list your special collectibles, you can generate more money that you can cash out, put back into OMI. Okay. So the next one is bonus on all points earned, and I believe that this is bonus on MCP points earned. So that means you have to also hold a certain amount of collectibles if you want to benefit from this one. And obviously you also want to have this before others, so you get an advantage on your already very high MCP points because you have 120 sets like Hello K or like Energy. How much sets do you have if you're still here? K, how much sets do you have? Yeah, let us know. I think K said it on his channel, so after the stream, head over there and also check out his newest video. Very, very, very interesting on why Veve is going to be going to be the big deal, is going to dominate the market. So very interesting video by him. I have watched only half of it, I must admit, because I didn't have the time, and now my viewer count will probably drop to 0. I have 115, I think. So whatever that number is, but that is a high number of basically daily yield in points that will give you an advantage on the drops to come. So let's say that this Star Wars drop was already this. You would have a way higher advantage if you were already with a lot of sets and getting your bonus. So here are 2 arguments for fast tracking this and just sacrificing at this point of time 250,000 OMI tokens into the Burn wallet. Okay, so that is why you would fast track the staking tier 1. Actually, I'm thinking about depending on which price point it will be to fast track that tier, just to get the premium listing bonus, and to I don't know yet if I will do it. Depends on how much OMI I will have in the end. Tier 2, let's go over these quickly. 5,000 OMI. So OMI worth of 5,000. And here's another point. If the price of OMI drops, it could be that you would fall out of your staking tier, or you want to stake, but the price already dropped. So you have to go back to the market, scoop up another 100K OMI and infuse that into your wallet so that you will be able to stake. So I don't know if you have to refill here to be able to stay in that tier, but I could imagine it. So again, in that one, fast tracking is already pretty expensive right now because it's more than $1,000. So you get everything from tier 1, which is clear. I believe that you only get the extra benefits if you wait these 60 days. And honestly, with what you get here, there might be a lot of people who would not want to wait and who wouldn't care about these $1,000. Think already about Dr. Profit. Think about other whales like Arrowhand and so on. So you'll get another additional percent on your bonus. You will get an Millionaire collectible, probably the most sought after name and profile badge, and you will get access to the OMI drop raffle, secondary market trading in OMI. And I think this is the biggest point ever, because if you have so much OMI like these with the billions, you don't care. You just want this instantly. So you fast track to tier 1, then you fast track to tier 2 because you want to get to this one here. So in a couple of seconds, you will have burned $1,500 worth of OMI. No big deal because you're a whale or so, or you are rich. And you will be able to already list your market stuff in OMI. Now, if only the people that I don't know if everyone will be able to purchase in OMI. Otherwise, it makes no sense. Then they can only switch around OMI under themselves. But here's another super good toy: Burn NFT for points. Not only Burn NFTs, but Burn NFT for points. This is also a reason why many people are scooping up a lot of the cheap ass comics, because you can burn them for points, or if they were to rise or increase in value, you can sell them off in the app. So you have a two-way strategy here. And you have then a buyer fee. Okay, so since you do not have a buyer fee in tier 1, you will be only able to purchase if you're in tier 2. So probably the people that will be able to purchase are very scarce in the beginning, and will, after 60 days, a lot of people will become eligible for buying OMI. So this buyer's fee also will contribute to the OMI burn. So you have this fast track fee, you have a breakage fee, which is 10% if you want to get your OMI out because it reached Keval's price prediction of $10, and you need to sell it as fast as you can to be a millionaire. Then you can burn 10% of it and get it out instantly without getting these bonuses. Now, this buyer's fee obviously is there. And if you want to purchase with OMI, you want to get this fee down, because obviously if you're an OMI whale, you want to get this fee down so you don't have to spend so much. Okay, great. Now let's say you have all done this. Last tier, I promise, because the other two tiers that Hello K mentioned right now in the chat are actually unavailable to us. We only know there's probably 25K and $50,000 worth of OMI, which would be 50 million OMI at 0.001, would be 25 million OMI at 0.002. So you know the deal. But for this tier 3, you already have to complete this one, $2,500 of OMI. Now there's one thing in this tier that allows almost every collectible whale to just accept this, because otherwise 3 months to have this benefit would cost them more. And that is renting out collectibles. And here I believe you do not have to have tier 3 to be able to rent them. You only have to have tier 3 to rent them out. So if you're a Dr. Profit, everyone always talks about Dr. Profit burning partner statues. He will not burn partner statues. He will rent them if they have the utility, obviously. And if he, let's say he has 350 partner statues, and those, let's say he rents them for $10 a day, whatever, whoever would need that. So some people only need that partner statue for 1 day because it gives you everything free in Disneyland or whatever. Fine, you rent that. That's, if all were rented from him, that's a $3,500 revenue per day. Okay, so with 1 day every collectible rented, he would have the money back from the fast track, and then he would just make cash on his UR Vaders, on whatever you need to get this and that airdrop. You can rent out cars because you need them in the game, and so on. So this is all happening, and obviously these people that are sitting on so much OMI, they want to purchase collectibles that they may be wanting to rent, or even purchase to be able to then sell them in a pump, cash out, put back into OMI. And here now the circle and the loop comes in, that you play the OMI against the collectible prices to be able to take advantage at all times. So you could actually be a full-time OMI utility, OMI collectibles trader. So let's get back into our view here, because now we are at the point where we can basically see what's actually happening here. So we have the fast track that every of the bigger whales would want to do to be able to capitalize more on this later. Then we have the buyer's fees if these whales accumulate collectibles that are listed in OMI to contribute to the burn. And lastly, everyone who stakes will be able to participate in the OMI raffle program. There's an MCP raffle part and there's an OMI part. So with MCP and with the staking, you can basically get these tickets to participate in everything pre-drop, which is probably around 80% of the collectibles, and only 20% will be left for the masses. Excuse me, guys. So this is an awesome bot protection and gives a lot of people a lot of room to play around. Okay, so now the big deal is the tickets will be purchasable with OMI. And now let's say the bigger whales, they go rampant with their OMI on the Veve collectibles. The Veve collectibles become scarce, they pump, they sell off some, put it back, purchase tickets or whatever, because access to the collectibles, getting collectibles on the drop is now very valuable, because let's say it's Pokemon or so, you want to really have a lot of tickets, a ton of tickets, so you would get a lot of OMI, purchase the tickets, the OMI gets burned, you put this into the raffle, you get the Pokemon, you get to rent out the Pokemon because you need it for whatever. In Pokemon Go utility, only with that Pokemon you can access the hidden cave in Pokemon Go, whatever. You rent it out or you sell it because you know that all the degenerates on the market are aping into the Pokemons right now. So you sell it because you got an advantage by MCP and by OMI tickets and so on. So you see how this circle is really riding once you fulfill the 3 staking tiers. Now, obviously, what every whale wants to do as well is flexing. Don't underestimate flexing. We see it already. People are flexing how they buy a $30,000 comic on the app. So you can see you have expanded AR feature, whatever that means. Probably good to take some videos and showroom stuff, but you can also display the mint, which will benefit low mint. So even if you get, I mean, I have seen low mint comics for 2 gems in the hundreds. Why not just buy some here, some there? Comics will be visible in the showroom together if you are staked with this mint number, and flexing is a big part of the game. I mean, we have seen people with their partner statue army, we have seen people with a Vader army, we have seen at the time the leopard armies and so on. So one thing that I want to see in the next staking tiers is actually that not only will you be able to burn NFTs, but I want to see that you get access to a specific burn animation for burning an NFT. So for example, burn a golden moment from Disney and it will melt away, right? That would be cool. And then show you the tickets or whatever. That would be great. Other than that, I could also imagine different burn animations for a comic going up in flames or so, but needs to be cool so that you don't put harm on the brand of those collectibles. Obviously, it needs to be cool, needs to be something that is fun and something that you can use for flexing. So there will be 2 more tiers, as HelloK said, but we don't know what they will bring. So probably, maybe these tiers will give you early access for games. Who knows, right? And now imagine this would be a play to earn game, and you need specific collectibles, but these are not available on the market for reasonable prices. So you need to rent them to make more OMI. I mean, if you have 300 cars, you cannot drive 300 cars at once, right? So let's say you have 300 of the Knight Rider cars, you use one to do the play to earn stuff, and you rent out the other ones so that people can do play to earn stuff. That's basically it. I think the miniguns of Secret Rare Bond cars will come in handy at the minigame. Obviously, the Mighties, if they were part of the minigame, will be subject to renting as well. I have some of them, not much of them. I didn't think too much about renting these collectibles, more the comics. But in general, yeah, I think this is super interesting. And as you can see here in what I've prepared, but yeah, basically, this is the interaction that we all want to see, that we all need between Ecomi and Veve. And whenever an Ethereum whale, whatever whale, discovers this app, he will learn fast how to get an advantage and will have to convert some Ethereum into OMI, because even though you might be able to purchase collectibles directly with Ethereum, you will not be able to stake Ethereum to get the advantages of the OMI utility program. So this is very important, because people think, and I thought as well, when reset Ethereum to collectibles will be a problem for the OMI token. I didn't think so far to think about the OMI utility program, that it's essential to buy OMI to then be able to stake it. So yeah, we can be all lucky that we found Ecomi and Veve so fast, because I believe in 2 to 3 to 4 years time it will be very hard. It will be very costly, let's say, to have enough OMI to purchase raffle tickets all the time. Let's say, I don't know if they will be linked to a dollar value, the raffle tickets as well, or if they would then for the raffle tickets take a specific OMI value. So that remains to be seen. Yeah, and lastly, and this is really the last thing, we have right on stream a little OMI pump again. So as you can see here, this is the OMI chart. Let's just get this on full screen here. We are actually, if from this for now lowest point of OMI, if we draw this trend line that has been respected quite a bit, 1, 2, 3, 4 touches, then as a upper head resistance, 1, 2, 3 broke through, tested back, tested back, tested back, back tested, back tested. So we are coming up once more here for OMI, and the big question will be, are we going to put in a higher high and get rid of this resistance? Are we going to form a double top here, or are we just losing it because something in the macroeconomics will go wrong? This is this remains to be seen. Many people say that they believe the bottom is already in. I think this was a pretty good buying opportunity for a little bit of OMI. I personally did not buy anything here. I did buy at 0.0011, and I'm looking to potentially buy when it comes back down here. I don't know if it will happen or not. Anyways, what, in my opinion, I mean, this is a 4-hour chart, guys. And many people say, the bottom is in and so on. From everything that we have learned in the beginning of the stream, in the last videos and so on, if we were to look at this whole thing on a weekly chart, there are some things to see here. First of all, this is lower highs until proven otherwise. So we could even rally up here, hit our head and go lower, right? This can take months. This is not the weekly chart. This can take months. I'm not saying that it has to happen, but I can see the potential. I mean, this looks good, yes. Many people say the bottom is in, but this is for now just a very, very low high, followed by a red candle and a macroeconomic outlook that says global recession, US potential recession, that says, Germany recession, European Union probably recession, and all the other things that I've mentioned before, right?
We're not going to be in a recession.
Yeah, well, thank you, Joe. Now, we could go like this, we could go like this, we could see a huge relief rally and go like this, or I got it all totally wrong and we'll just break through and go to the moon, right? So, I mean, if they were to roll out OMI utility program as you've seen it right now, then probably this will have as consequence a bigger spike. Yeah. But well, I wouldn't get my hopes up too badly. I mean, I also do not have the funds to buy millions and millions of OMI right now. My hope is that we will see something like this, although that this means some people will get wrecked, or that we are just going flat and coming back and form some kind of a double bottom scenario here. I mean, technically, us going here would be in confluence of the bottom in crypto being in November, as many people are saying. Maybe we'll see something like this go up here and go to November, forming a bottom, and then we'll break this and we are out. Well, it's a theory. It's all a theory. Anyways, if the last things, but the reason why I think that from a chart, and I'm not a technical analyst or so. Actually, we are at a critical point here. So let's get this just a little bit more out here. So this is the bear flag that is formed in Bitcoin. We are in Bitcoin right now. This is the bear flag that was forming and has respected this quite a bit. And actually, I'm not a TA guy, and I would never say that I'm good at TA. But I literally drew this line here when it was here. So it's pretty funny. So, and then I said, damn, I got it all wrong. Here's the breakout, the retest, and going out, and it was unfortunately only a fake out. And now we are tumbling down here. And this, if I have to say, if this breaks out, that would be the second time that we are out here. We would form a higher high, and we could be out here off the races. In my opinion, it all depends on tomorrow and on the earnings reports and so on the news, right? Anyways, right now, the fact of the matter is that we have fallen into the bear flag again, this big bear flag that is up since the 18th of June. This is happening. So what do you guys think about this? If we were to get rejected and we come down again, potential break to the downside, and then the TA, as far as I have learned it as an absolute noob, is that you take the flagpole, put it to the downside, and then you're ending up at 10K Bitcoin, right? But if we break out here, we could just see a massive relief rally to the upside and then potentially come down again. Could be. Go to the TA channels. I'm just talking around here about all of this stuff. But anyway, the other thing is, just to get this straight as well, is we are not oversold on the daily. So there is room to the downside, right? We are not overbought, not oversold. So also there is room to the downside. On the weekly, there's something else that I need to show you. On the weekly, for OMI, we're back at OMI. We have never been oversold for OMI. Sorry, you cannot see that. Sorry. We have never been oversold for OMI on the weekly. So does it have to happen? No. But also here we have a downtrend confluence on the RSI. So what I could imagine, and this would go along with the theory of maybe a double bottom or a little bit of a lower price for OMI. November, maybe, potentially. What do you guys think? Let me know. Other than that, I only can say DXY crashed also right now on the 4-hourly. And actually, let's get into this onto the daily, because the DXY is the dollar in comparison to several other currencies. It was an absolute parabolic tear, as you can see here, and then has formed a cup and handle pattern broke out, is now bullishly retesting this structure, and if it holds, then sayonara, right? I mean, if the DXY rises, then Bitcoin suffers. That's the rule. At least as for now, it has shown. So this is bullish for DXY and bearish for Bitcoin. The drop here, however, is good for Bitcoin, and that's also, in my opinion, the main reason why we are seeing Bitcoin go good. Because yesterday Bitcoin was red, DXY was green. Today DXY is red, Bitcoin is green. So just watch out. I can recommend to you, have these charts, like the Bitcoin one, the DXY one, and the OMI one up every day somewhere in the tab, and just look at them and just see what happens. Maybe with an RSI indicator or whatever, and just see what is happening and theorize how it could be. And then based on that, you assess whether you should buy OMI right now or not. From the macro trend, there was almost never a better region to buy OMI than here and right now here, basically, right? So if we were to fall in here again, pretty good chance to buy. Well, but that is it, ladies and gentlemen, for today. I wasn't even planning to go 1.5 hours. So on your way out, please leave a like to my video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I am planning to do these Wednesday streams more often, even maybe every Wednesday. Usually I have guests on this channel, not today. So that's it. Wherever you are on the world, have yourselves a great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon, and see you in the next live stream.